Hello everyone. In today's video, I will be providing you guys with an intro to APIs in Postman. So follow along. Who am I? My name is Daniel Ijaz, and I'm currently a second computer science student at the University of Sawabi. I'm a mentee at DX Mentorship. I'm a Postman student expert, and also the community lead and Beta Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador at the University of Sawabi chapter. I'm also the director at CMX Connect Sawabi. That is my intro, and the agenda of this video is that I will be providing you guys with an intro to APIs and Postman, and I will be also providing you guys with a comprehensive explanation of request and responses, and we will also be doing some hands-on API testing. So we can understand APIs by the context of a digital restaurant. When a user walks into the restaurant, he has a waiter for. They are waiting for us to send our get our request, send into the kitchen, which is our case is the application, and then it takes the response from that kitchen, and the API, which in our case is this in this digital restaurant is the waiter. It sends the response back to the user. So that is how APIs work in real life. So what is an API? API and why does the developers use APIs? So APIs allow services to communicate with each other. They let different software applications talk to each other. They define how software components should interact and making it easier for developers to access specific data. They allow developers to access data from a server without being any knowledge of how the code base has been implemented. Similarly, what is Postman? So Postman is an API platform which is used for building and using APIs. It simplifies each step of the API lifecycle and streamline collaboration, and so that we can create better APIs and far more faster APIs. It is used to design, test, mock, monitor, document, and discover APIs. So Postman is an industry standard tool. It is used by a collaborative platform of API development platform that simplifies creating, using, and testing APIs with a UI. It is used by more than 5 lakh organizations worldwide and 23 million developers. Similarly, what are the requests and responses in API testing? So we have a request response pattern in the following way. So we have a client and a server, and the server has some services to offer to the client, and the client uses a request to send it to the request to get some particular services, and then the server gets some response to the network back to the client. So this is how the request and response pattern works. Similarly, while making a request, we have to interact with the API, and there are some three basic components of making a simple request. We have a method, we have an endpoint, an address, or we can say a URL, and we have a path. So while making the request, we have to like particularly have a scheme of how the we have to send the request. We have a method which is in our case we have a get, post, put, patch, and delete methods, which we will be discussing later on in the hands-on. And we have an HTTPS, which is the protocol, the scheme of the request. We have a host, which is the address of the server, and we have a search, which is the path or the particular destination where our request can be heard and executed. So follow along, we will also be doing some hands-on. So let's see. So this is basically the workspace that Postman offers. You can head over to postman.com and sign up, and then you can get a workspace like this. So this is basically a collection. We have different types of requests that we can create over here by just clicking on the three dots and then add a request, and then we can do several requests. So this is basically the get request. We have the protocol, which is HTTPS. We have the address over here, and then we have a path over here. So we can head over to get. Now what are we doing is that we are retrieving from this URL the third joke. So we can send the third joke, the get request, by sending the send by clicking on the send button. You can see that who is the programmer. It got us the particular joke, which is this one. And now we are creating a post request to post our request over there. We can get over to the URL and the joke, and then we have in the body we have the raw, and then we have the JSON format, which is over here, like the other, which is example. For example, I can say my name Daniel Ijaz, and then bugs are not cool features. So we have sent by using the send button, and now we can refresh. And now you can see that our joke has been published over here. Now what are we doing is that the post the request into a particular URL. Now we are doing a port request. We are having a port request, so we have an ID over here, which is the 8335. What we can do is we can copy this ID, and we have the port request,
which is in the body, and then we have the raw and then the JSON format, and then we can put the ID over here, and then we have the other, which is, I guess I can change my name to Daniel only, then bugs are updated feature, and I can change it also idaniel.dev. Now we have sent the request. We can see that this request will now be updated to Daniel and bugs are updated features. Now if we want to delete this request, so we can head over here, we can put the ID over here, and then we have the delete from the drop down we can select the delete one, and then we can send, and now you can see that our this one will now be deleted. So this is all about Postman, and this is one particular function the Postman offered. You can check it out later on. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.